Assalamu alaikum students. I hope you all are fine and doing good. So this is our second lecture for social studies of class 6. In the previous lecture we discussed about the Islamic world and their physical features, about the physical features of Pakistan and its neighboring countries, the relief map of the subcontinent, and the physical features of Pakistan. About the relief map of Pakistan. Look at this map. We read about this map in previous lecture. So today we are going to discuss about geographical terms, which are mountains, hills, plateaus, deserts, lakes, rivers, estuary, and delta. Mountains. The first thing we are going to discuss is mountains. These are highest lands. There is no fixed height at which a hill becomes a mountain, but mountains are usually above 2000 to 3000 meters. The only difference between the mountain and hills is the difference between their height. A highest land is considered to be mountain when their height is above 2000 to 3000 meters. Some mountains like the Himalayas or Karakorams are sharp or pointed. This means that in terms of geography, they are young mountains between 1.6 to 66 million years old. Older mountains have had their sharp points worn away by rain, frost, and wind, so that they are more rounded. So these are the factors of soil erosion due to which the peaks of the mountains becomes round. So this is now the next thing we are going to discuss about hills. But students, do you know the highest mountain? Where it is? The highest mountain is the Mount Everest, which is in Nepal. And students, do you know the second highest peak in the world is in Pakistan, known as K2. Now we will discuss about hills. These are the lands above sea level but not as high as mountains. I already told you the only difference between mountains and hills is the difference of their height. They are generally covered with vegetation such as grass, trees, or farm crops on the terraced fields. The hills are covered with kinds of vegetation which is grass, trees, or farm crops. The next we are going to discuss is plateaus. These are areas of flat land well above sea level. Some plateaus are fertile while others are poor land. It depends on their height amount of rainfall. Plateaus and plains basically both are flat lands, but a flat land at lower level is known as plain and the flat land at higher level is known as plateau. Some of the plateaus are fertile and some are not suitable for cultivation, as these all things are depends upon the amount of rainfall and other factors of that area. The next we have plains. These are areas of flat land at lower level. Some are at sea level or slightly higher. The plains are important as this is where most farming take place. Most of the agriculture activities take place in plains, so this is very important for the agriculture purpose. And these flat lands are at lower levels. Some are at sea level and some are a little bit higher than the sea level. Next we have deserts. As you know, deserts are the areas where there is no rainfall throughout the year or the little rainfall. The kind of land is there is sandy or rocky, which is unsuitable for vegetation purpose. So these are the areas where nothing or only tough plants can grow. There are hot deserts where the temperature is very high during the day. The temperature in the deserts is very high. And I already told you, there is very little or no water, or else the soil is too poor for anything to grow. There are also cold deserts called tundra, where the climate is too cold for vegetation. So this is the kind of the deserts are not only sandy, there are icy deserts too, which is also unfit for vegetation, which is covered with snow throughout the year, and tundra is one of its example. These can be found on high mountain tops or in polar regions. Next we have lakes. This is the piece of water which is surrounded by land all over. Look at this. This is a piece of water body which is covered with land from all over its sides. These are inland seas completely surrounded by land. Lakes can have either fresh or salt water. The water of lake can be used for drinking purpose, or it can be salt, which is unsuitable for drinking purpose. Rivers. Now we will discuss about rivers. This is flowing or moving water. These can be tiny streams or mighty rivers, many kilometers wide. The water in rivers is fresh except for a short distance where they enter the sea. So these are the tiny streams, and the water of the rivers is always moving, and the water that is in river are fresh water. लेकिन जहाँ पे ये समंदर में जाके दाखिल होता है, सी में जाके, that area, the amount of water that is in that area is unfit for drinking or other activities, as the water in that area is salty, as the sea water is salty too. The next thing we are discussing is estuary. This is where important rivers widen as they enter sea. Estuaries can make good harbors for ship. The only difference between estuary and delta is that both are the places where the river enters in the seas, but this is the single piece of stream which is entering into the sea, but here we can say different channels through which a river is entering into the sea. The area along this area is not fertile, but the area that exists in delta, that is fertile land. Sometimes when a river enters the sea, it breaks into many small rivers or channels in a V shape. Look at this. This is not a single route that is entering into a sea. There are different channels and different routes. The land here can be very fertile because of the mud brought by the river, but it is also very liable to flooding. The dangers of occurring flooding in that area is too much possible, but the fertile land, that the area around the delta is very fertile because there is the mud deposited from all over the places where the river passes through, deposited there. So this is the difference between estuary and delta. So this is your today's lesson. Here is your notebook work. First of all, you will write this key vocabulary, that is plateaus, deserts, vegetation, and then you will write this question: why do you think does the Punjab have the highest population in the country? This is because Punjab is the populous, as it is generally the most fertile and has a very extensive system of canals supplying water for agriculture, which is the main occupation of the people. So this is the reason the fertile जो land है पंजाब की वो बहुत ज़्यादा fertile है due to its 5 rivers, और जो इसका canal system है that is very strong. That और यहाँ पे पाकिस्तान में जो mostly people हैं their occupation is agriculture, so बहुत ज़्यादा population, though that is the reason Punjab is the most populous city province of Pakistan. So here are the fact and figures about the countries of South Asia. You will also write these fact and figures on your notebook. This is all for your today's lesson. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.